again, it's on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's the Opinion Nation crew, just for you. Your man's TTT is in the building. Just say hello. We'll come back to yeah. Your man's Supremo is down low. Not like that. Your man Kendo Mickens. Kendo Olmec Mickens.
What up, dude?
Yeah. Kendo Olmec Mickens in the building.
I might do the show like this. Hold on. Let me get my
stuff together. And
Soon
last
as
but
I
not
get
least,
my
last
visual
but not
right.
least, your man. Wow, look at this madness. You see this? You see he's stepping on your intro. You see this? You see this madness? You see this? Yeah, that's Olmec Mickens. That's Olmec Mickens right there. That's the Olmec. Yeah. Last but not least, man, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, your man's even, Cronus the Ill. Cronus the Ill.
Yeah. Easy. Benchmark. No.
In the building. Fellas, man, it's great to see y'all gods today. Y'all realized gods, and y'all maybe soon to be realized gods. It's soon to see. It's great to see you all today. You understand me? We have an interesting topic. I want to dive right into it. You know, I don't like to play with games with it. So here we go. Today's topic: culture or control? Is it culture or is it control? Now, that's the topic of today's show, but it's also a little game we're going to play. Primo, we're going to play a little game today called Culture or Control. All right? You ready for it?
Yeah,
ready? Primo, come on, man. You ready? I know you're chilling, but you ready? You ready for it?
I'm ready.
Okay. Primo, culture or control?
Yes, sir.
Weaves and wigs, culture or control?
Control.
What you mean? She paid $500 for that bundle. That's culture. That all the girls around the way wear them. What you mean? They got all colors too. It's
all about making their money. Anything got something got to do with making money. It's about control.
Oh wow. Cronus the Ill.
You.
Culture of control, weaves and wigs, my nigga. Be careful. Be careful. We all got lovely women in our lives, melanated. The old Mac got a woman in his life. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be careful right now. So, weaves and wigs, is that culture or control?
I know. It's culture.
Oh, did you say culture, my nigga?
It's culture.
Ooh, wait a minute. Is he OJ Simpson out this piece? Is we simping? Wait a minute. How's it culture, brother? Break it down for me. How's it culture?
Listen, man. People been doing it since the 70s. It's part of the aesthetic, part of the culture. You know what I mean?
You're gonna put that on the 70s, brother. I don't mean to disrespect. You're not gonna put that on the 70s, though.
Pam Grier had mad afros and then mad straight flowy hair, mad blonde afros. Man, it's part of the culture.
But an afro definitively is not a weave or a wig. An afro is something that naturally comes out of your head.
Yeah, I'm talking about when she would wear the blonde joints.
Wow,
that's culture.
So you saying her style is the culture? You saying that her bending the style, her pushing the style? Is that what you calling this style? What are you saying about that? How is it culture? Because it's style?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Style.
Fine.
Okay. Let's get a stylist in here to speak on this. Your man TTT, this nigga is out here peacocking, okay? Talk about hairdos, talk about weaves and wigs. What type of wig piece is on your brother right now, Olmec? You see this headdress? TTT is dawning. TTT, man. Wigs and weaves. Is that culture or control?
I think, wow.
Yo, man.
Who? Some of both.
You just stalling because you want people to look at that damn hairdo, man. Like this
Some
is
of both. Some of both.
Oh, and now, all right, well, quantify that, man. Quanto?
Some of both, I would say. You said how to qualify? What you say?
Quantify that. Like, I mean, talk about it. How's it both? How's it LGBT? Come on, man.
Because it's at the point now where I say I would think it's control because, well, I would think it's culture. Let's go culture first.
Okay.
Let's go culture because it's so ingrained in women to have this fake hair.
Oh.
So it's just a part of the culture. And if you touch on control, say let's touch on control. It's just it's easy. Okay. It's easy to do it. Let's put it in as it's easy to do. I don't have it in my hair, so I don't know. I've never had hair, so I don't know. Okay. But the fact, okay, let's go. Let's but the fact that I've been here since 1:30.
Are you whispering because there's women around and use a band?
Nigga, shut up.
Are you whispering because folks know what band is? Band is a bitch ass nigga. Just know
I
that.
know what it is. That's why I said shut up.
Brother,
nigga. I said shut up.
But are you being a bitch ass nigga because there's women around and you in there, you walk around halls whispering, oh well, because some women like to do in this culture. Or is that what you're doing right now on the Opinionation show?
Definitely not doing that, homeboy. I'm definitely not doing that.
All right.
But I was going to talk about something else. But I'm not going to go off topic like I usually do. Not going off topic. Okay. But as far as control, yes. Wearing a hair weave stop you from changing your vibration. Yes. Wearing a hair weave stop you from having your crown chakra bleed.
If you cover your crown chakra, is that okay to cover your crown chakra for months at a time?
No, it's not. Yes.
But that's what a weave does. It covers your crown chakra for months at a time.
But okay, so the powers that the people that are in control, the draconians, not in some part of the Anunnaki, doesn't want people want people to be at the lower frequency. Because then you can they do. They want you to be at your lower frequency.
To be at the lower. So you cover your crown chakra and you can be at a lower frequency because you're not getting what you need.
You're not raising your vibration. The whole system has been taught for you to lower your vibration. They've been lying to you.
So you say
giving you fake.
So since you saying it's both, then you saying that the sisters love the control. That's what you just said.
I'm not saying they love the control.
Control because it covers your crown chakra. You can't be all that you can be. And you said it's culture because the sisters love to have different styles. You know, a sister like to have a different style every now and then. So you saying they love the control. Is what you saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
In the sense they do, but they don't know that. They don't know that they love the control.
Filmmaker Ty Birch, please unmute and join the conversation as you caravan through the universe in some type of vehicle.
Here I is.
Hey man, we talking about culture versus control. And it's a little game we're playing. It's the title of the show, but we're also playing a little game show. It's culture or control. So wigs and weaves, Ty. Culture or control? Don't you me.
I get in trouble when I talk about this stuff like this.
We won't tell nobody.
Now, give me more to go on before I answer.
Listen, is a wig or a weave culture or control? Wigs and weaves, is that culture or is that control?
It's a culture of insecurity, if you ask me.
Oh,
Because I mean, listen, people style up what they want to style up. I've talked about it and I've seen memes and reels. Women want a guy to be real, but they got fake eyelashes, fake
oh,
hair, fake nails.
oh.
So
You gonna say that?
you know
You
what I'm
gonna say
saying. I told you I get in trouble for saying like this. Listen, I got in trouble because I said that I think baby hairs is the new comb over.
that? Hey, yo!
You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go into the baby
Next
hair
week's
business. Just
topic.
started.
Next week's topic is baby hair, the new comb over. The female comb over. Stop playing. Are men allowed to use baby hair as a comb over?
Listen, I'm just saying.
Doing it for
They
years.
made a culture of this insecurity that they have to. I mean, the long pointy nails. It's a whole bunch. Like this, like be yourself, man. Be yourself.
Okay. Kendo Mickens. Kendo
I'm
Mickens, you got a lot to follow, brother. Are you there?
I'm definitely here.
Culture or control?
I'm
Is the
listening.
wig and weave culture or control, my niggas?
Initially, it started out as a way for women to take back control. Unfortunately, as men, we dictated a lot of times to women what their look should be and what their hairstyle should be.
So you throwing men under the bus for women's hairdos. You throwing men.
Sometimes you got to toss us under the bus. So
That's crazy.
I think women were doing it because men wanted it a certain way. Now they're part of their taking of their own control is how they put their hair, how they wear their hair, sometimes even going natural, which is crazy. Having their hair natural is a part of the take back of their control of this is me. This is what I'm going to be.
This is why I love the Opinionation Show, because that I was not expecting that. Like that point of view, that POV from the Olmec, I was not expecting that. I completely disagree with what this cat is talking about. What are you talking about? Man.
Yeah, because I'm the type of dude, I like to run my finger through a girl's hair and not feel no tracks.
Bong,
no
bong, bong, bong. What is going on around here in these streets? And this man is trying to throw men under the bus for what women do.
Did you hear what he said? He said he the type of dude that wanted to run his fingers through a woman's hair and not feel the tracks or whatever. Is how he wanted. So that's why I say some women have used their hair as taking back control. That's why when they make these dramatic changes.
Who? You're saying men were in control of women's hair?
When wasn't we in control
of women's hair?
When wasn't we in control? And hell, in some jobs, we're still telling women how to wear their hair. So there was.
I think you're getting into the racism aspect of the hair conversation. I'm talking about within the community. I don't know black men that be trying to tell black women how to wear their hair. Like, and I don't
without a doubt, men tell women all the time, I don't want a woman that's bald headed. If a woman had
then you don't get a woman that's bald headed.
Hold on, when you had women that had short haircuts and things like that, hell, Will Smith just smacked the hell out of Chris Rock because his wife had short hair.
Did he really smack him? Did he really smack him? If
we're whether he smacked him or not,
did he really smack him? Come on. Come on. Are we men? Have you been in a fight in your life ever? Of course you have. I've seen you fight. Well, did he really smack him? And would you let a man smack you and then walk off supreme? Stop playing with me.
If that man can't fight, maybe he figured
I'll take the smack and instead of getting my ass whooped on
Hey,
stage.
Cronus,
Listen, you
gonna let
took the
somebody
joint
walk
and
up
went
to
in a
you
whole
at the
nother different direction with that.
No, we're gonna do it, Chris. You're gonna let somebody walk up to you at the gym and just smack you French man style, open hand, smack you in the face and walk away while they fixing their clothes.
Nah.
Yeah, I kick him dead in the ass.
Chris, you're gonna stand there and be like, oh, he's upset at me. As a man,
Hey, Dom, you just said it. Wasn't that how duels started? Cats walk up and slap a dude
man, I promise you, boy,
and then tell him tomorrow we gonna
beat
get
me
it in.
at 12? Nigga,
Oh,
we ain't making it to 12 seconds after. What do you mean? What you mean? All right, let's go. Let's get it back. Ty, so listen, man. This Negro Kenny is caping for women, talking about no, it's men's fault that women had to rebel and take their hair rights. They need their hair rights from, as if black men been holding black women down. But I've been wanting black women to wear natural hair since 81, since they stopped. What you mean? Like the 70s, shit. Hey, Supreme, you remember the 70s? The 70s was the shit for those of you that were not there. Oh my Lord. Let me tell you about the whole world walking around with halos. You understand? You ain't never seen nothing like it. If you wasn't in the 70s, you don't know what I'm talking about. The whole world had a halo. Am I lying, Supreme?
No, sir. Everybody had a little fro.
Hey, let me let you in on a little secret, Dom. Some of them halos wasn't real.
You see, this is what some
Oh, really?
That's some shit.
Wow.
That's some shit Hassan would say.
That's not true.
He's sending you. You're doing your shadow.
Erykah Badu took her wig and put her wig on and off. I don't know if she still do it, but for a good 10, 15 years, she wore that big afro every other week. She took it off in that Dave Chappelle joint. The joint was blowing in the wind. She took it off.
Concerts only.
So we have some gentlemen that have articulated that wigs and weaves are culture. We have some that have said, nah, it's more control. And then we have a couple cats, it's almost split down the middle, that say it's like both. It's an LGBT thing. It's both. To be.
Both.
Don't give them
binary.
Don't give them that type of big up.
Look at here, man.
Thing.
I kind of tend to want to talk about the thing Hassan mentioned, your crown chakra, the very thing, that allows you to connect, your antenna. Now, some of us don't have any antenna anymore, but we can still connect. And if you're always covering your crown chakra, that's problematic, I would think, naturally speaking. I ain't speaking about nothing else but naturally. Because you're not getting the full experience. You covered up all the time, and you covering your hard drive. This is like the main function.
You have a hard drive for sure.
That's just my 2 cents. Let's keep going with the game. Let's keep playing with the game. I'm not going to hit you with the craziest one next. I'm going to hit you with a lighter one. Cronus, culture or control, voting.
Oh my gosh.
That
sounds like a no-brainer right there, man.
Why you taunting, TPT?
That is both right there.
Oh.
That is both.
Okay. How is it both though? Get into that.
You know what I'm saying? On one hand, mama voted.
Oh,
grandmama voted.
Tradition.
Grandmama voted.
Tradition creates culture.
But at the same time, why do I need to vote for this man to tell me what to do? I can go ahead and get it myself.
Yeah, okay. That's it. You made two solid. You made solid points for the B and the LGBT. Yeah, you have. Kenny.
I'm here. You know I'm here.
Is voting culture or control?
Voting is trying to take control of your life, man. Trying to be in control of certain aspects of your life.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
if
So it's not the system
we
in control of
fundamentally
you.
would like it.
It's not
would
the
like
system in control
fair.
of you. It's you in control of the system.
Again, we fundamentally would like it to be fair and even. We know it isn't.
Oh.
Unfortunately, even if you choose not to vote, then you're letting someone else make decisions about your bread and how you live. So
Well, unless you know
I
the
don't think
rules of
you opt
voting.
out. I think it's a situation where you really can't opt out of it.
And unless, of course, you know the rules of voting. And then if you know the rules, you'll kind of understand, oh, that's a show. But if you don't know the rules, you might say what you just said, Kenny. Now, the Electoral College is a thing. You don't have to play games with it.
Well,
30
here's
days
the thing,
after the
though, Dom.
popular.
Hold on. Before you just go into
Well,
presidents and all
let
that,
me finish it. Let me finish it. 30 days
go
after
ahead.
the popular vote, gentlemen and women, usually gentlemen, get together that you don't know, that you didn't vote for. They're appointed by parties and you don't know them. And they vote not the way of the popular vote, they vote the way they like by law. They do not have to vote the same way their state just voted 30 days earlier. Now, those are the rules. Those have been the rules since I learned about them in 1982. They haven't changed. In 1982, I made a very critical decision, and I was like, yeah, well, there's no reason for me to participate if clearly the old boys get together 30 days later and make. And here's the other thing about language, and I'll stop right here, I promise. Voting, the etymology of the word is wish. These are facts. You can look it up. The etymology of the word vote is to wish. Now, check this out. You don't play basketball on a football field, right? So why are you voting in an election? So 30 days later, the electors, you're a voter in an election. 30 days later, the electors get together and elect in an election. You're voting, AKA wishing, in an election. These are what words are. These words have meaning. And later, the electors get together, the folks that are really doing it, and they don't have to even pay attention to what y'all did by law. So when you talk about voting, not being controlled, that's because you ain't kind of like did the work. Like, come on, man. Come on.
Well, hold on.
It's fact.
Let me rebut that. Let me retort.
You, I don't mean you, Kenny, but yeah, go ahead.
No, I know what you're saying, but listen. See, I think you're being short-sighted because you're only thinking of the presidency. But when you start talking about voting in these local elections where the people directly affect your life, your liberty, your money, when you get these judges that decide, I don't have to, you don't have to abide by certain rules and laws. So sometimes the local elections and elections that people don't think is important are the ones that actually dictate what goes on in your life every day.
Can I show you something? Can I share something?
Go ahead.
If you're not with lodge number 5 or 7 or 33, you're not going to actually have a say in the local election either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have to really break this down to you and the way this motherfucking shit works. Listen, man,
I just believe that. I believe man.
I've traveled.
The Good Old Boy Network has always been established.
Listen to me. Listen, let me get it off. I've traveled the planet, not because I'm a pilot, but because I knew certain folk, because I was in the good standing of certain entities on planet Earth. And not because I was a scholar necessarily either, but because I had what was necessary in that moment. And I moved around the earth. I didn't pay a dime for it. Now, again, earth is made up of human beings and we're all fallible. This system is made up of people and it's private organizations. Now, we ain't grown enough to know that. That means we ain't a part of nobody's lodges. Because if you're a part of a lodge, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The commerce department. Somebody know what I'm talking about. Listen, man, it's nothing like what we've been told, bro. Like if the number one seat in the country is going to be dictated by fuckery and trickery and sleight of hand, you think the rest of the system is on par, is straight up? Come on, bro. You telling me that the capstone on the pyramid is defunct, is disease, is a flaw, but yet the rest of the pyramid is good. Come on, bro. That's all I'm saying.
That's how you feel.
Well,
but that doesn't necessarily make it true.
So the facts are what I read, though. The facts are what I said about the Electoral College. That can be looked up. That's not my feelings. Those are facts.
No, the Electoral College is what it is.
Yes.
That is. But again, I don't think the presidency, a lot of times we look at the presidency as the end all be all, but it's actually these the local politicians, the state senators and things like that affect your life more than the president.
Well, listen, I'm not going to disagree with that, but wouldn't you agree, though, that what you call the presidency is the top of the food chain, is the top of the pyramid? Would you not agree?
No, I don't agree with that.
Oh, the presidency is not the top of the pyramid in this country? Okay. Well,
no.
What is it?
Laws are brought to him, and he can veto them or not. And then they can work their way around them.
He runs the military, though, right? Doesn't the president run the military? The chief of the military, right? Correct?
He is the chief of the military.
The muscle, right? So what are we really talking about at the end of the day? We talking about muscle, right? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I mean,
at the end of the day, what is the muscle? It boils down to the muscle. So the president is in control of the military. What are we talking about? Isn't he the top of the pyramid? Like, what are we? Huh? No. That's a new concept. I'm making that up. I don't have a president. I'm just wondering.
Oh, wait a minute. You should turn it up a little bit.
Hold on. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Everybody, stop this. Stop this. I don't know about no presidents. I don't know about no culture or no control. This dude is sitting up here getting his world twisted. Hey, Cronus, please, ain't nowhere in the world, Cronus. Unmute, drink red juice. Hey. What are we doing?
Why you guys, what's the problem? I can't get my hair turned. I mean, what's up? You think I'm gonna look like the flat top man forever?
Can you ask that sister nicely? That's a sister. Be nice. Can you ask her if weaves and wigs are culture or control? Just say, are weaves and wigs culture or control?
Sania. Is weaves culture or control?
Are weaves culture or control?
Yes, the weaves that women wear, are they part of the culture or are they part of the control?
Both.
Oh.
She said
the control became part of the culture.
Ooh.
You heard her? She heard that.
She said the control became part of the culture. Wow.
Right,
and then she does hair.
Ask her if she pours her milk first.
Wow.
Nick, I'm not talking about that, but y'all. Oh, I got one more question though.
Wow, that is like an ongoing assault.
Do you pour your milk first in your cereal or pour the cereal first?
Cereal, the milk goes over the milk.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's what I'm talking
Oh my God. Oh my God. We got a winner. She's a winner. Keep her. She's a kid.
Because I don't do that.
Is she single?
You pour your milk in first and then the cereal?
I put the milk in first and then the cereal. They have a problem with me doing this. They've been having a problem with this for the last three shows since they found out that I do that.
Why don't you eat cereal? That's the real question.
Well, no, I did it before. It was not. I don't eat cereal at all. I did that before. I've done it before.
So it was a weird long time.
Do you want salt or sugar in your grits?
Nah, that
That's
ain't
a
quite
whole new
the same.
argument.
That's a good question, but that ain't quite the same as pouring your milk first. That's a level of something wrong.
That nigga's a psychopath.
That's psychopath behavior.
I'm gonna kill it just because I pour the milk first. That doesn't. It's not really that. You know, what do you put in first? The wasabi or the
We're not going back to that.
soy sauce?
We're not doing
You
that.
already know this already.
Hassan,
Okay.
can you tell Sanaya
What?
thank you? Can you tell her thank you for her opinion?
Thank you for your opinion on both, right?
Yeah,
She
that
said,
was great. Thank you.
You guys are welcome because it is part. What did you say? It's part of the coach. It was
The culture, right? I said the
said
control
the
has become part of the culture.
became a part of the culture. That's gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah. The control became a part of the culture. That's sick. Okay, and on that note, right here.
She did say that. Nobody said that at all.
On that note.
What my answer?
Supreme.
Your answer was I said both too, but you said it really on point.
Hassan, we're gonna bring Supreme in.
Right, because culture
Primo.
created, right? And so,
Yeah.
Black church culture or control? Uh-oh. She opened up a can of worms. She opened up a can of worms, bro. Is the black church culture or control? Oh my.
I'm gonna say it's culture.
Oh.
I'm gonna say culture. Only reason I'm gonna say culture is because black church has been a part of a tradition that we've had since, I guess, they converted us with the missionaries and
denying
we've been over here.
There's no
We've
denying.
been over here. We believe in somebody's God and somebody's Jesus at all times, and it's been in the building where we hallelujah, whether we were slaves, free, bond, or whatever. So it's culture. Now the control part to me is the religion. The religion of it all is the control. Whether you Catholicism, Judaism, the control is the Vatican is control. The religion part is the control, but the relationship with their higher power in the church, in the black church, in the congregation, I think that's culture. You know what I'm saying?
See what you did there. I see what you did there. You're saying spirituality is culture.
Yeah.
Religion is control.
There you go. Right there.
That's deep. That's a word. Spirituality is culture, meaning you told that there's something greater than thee, and you should have reverence to it since you were a little child, a little tyke, you know.
And generations before you.
And generations before you. But yet when you go to this place to have to worship and you got to wear your Easter Sunday suit and make sure you do this, that, and the third, that's more of a control device. That ain't really your spirituality, your connection directly. That's more of the pageantry.
Right. And that's like I said, that control part come from all dominations, races, is about it's crazy.
Okay. Ty. Listen, Ty. Can you hear me, Ty? Mr. Birch?
Here I is.
Now, here, listen, man. I respect thee. I probably know. I'm not even gonna say that. Hey, man. Culture or control? The black church.
It's a little from column A and a little from column B. So I say both because it came as Sister said about the weaves, it became a culture of control.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a piece of it that we supposed to, you know, say like I think Kenny or Chronos, one of them, I'm cutting the hair, so one of them said
everybody
that, you know, we
now. Everybody in the hair salon.
Well, you know, I got to make the donuts.
Hey, I'm not mad at you. You cutting the hair and Hassan getting his hair did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The control part is when people start implementing their own rules and things like that. You know, the way we dress and you know, all this other type of stuff. But you know, the culture of it is that, you know, we all come together to worship. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, see, I can always buy a bag of worship. I promise you. I can buy a bag of like-minded worship. You know what I'm talking about? Fellowship. I'm with all that. Like, I'm with all that. Good times. Like that's all that is. Like good times is fellowship and worship. I'm with all of that. You understand me? And we got a good vibration. That ain't nothing but God. Well, all of it's God, quite frankly, but that's a good part of God. God's not good all the time. Is God good all the time? Culture? Is that something we just do culturally? Because that's not even what the book say. So is that just a cultural thing? We just like to say that? Okay.
Yeah, that definitely is.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's go back.
That's like that Christianity 101 stuff. I don't even get down with that.
I hear that. Let's get back to voting, man. Ty, is voting culture or control?
Control.
Oh, what do you mean?
Control.
You get to pick who you want to represent you and whatnot. What do you mean?
I've always had mixed feelings about it because at first, we tell people and they've told us like, our ancestors died and, for us to be able to have a voice to vote. But then you look at the census, like, okay, well, now they want us to label who we are. Are you Black? Are you Hispanic? Are you Black and Hispanic? Are you Indian? Are you Native American? Are you Asian? Are you other? Like, what the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's control, but, we do have our voice. Thank you that we do have a voice to be able to voice our opinion. Like, I can't not vote and then complain about what president we got if I didn't vote.
I hear you. I mean, that makes sense. I've never voted in this country ever, and I've never complained because, I've just watched the show. Like, look at what they're doing now. Look at that. I just I'm on the other side of the fence, is in the fence like this. Look what they're doing. Because I'm not participating, but I'm watching. Just in case I got to move out the way. Anyway. All right. Since we talked about the Black church a little bit, Cronus, the ill, let's go the other direction. Culture or control? The alphabet movement. Culture or control? It's my culture to want to have same sex. I like it. Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. You didn't give me much. Wait.
How you chopping in like this? Hold up, bro.
Because
hold on. You
let him get it.
Yeah.
Let him get it.
But hold on. You didn't let me do my turn on this culture.
Hurt dogs holler. Wait a minute. Now. I'm talking to Brother Cronus for a second, and I will come back to you.
Okay, but bye back. Bye. See you later. I got you. I'm waiting.
Getting your hair did up on this pod.
I'm waiting.
I didn't believe this guy is really. You feel offended by something already? We haven't even gotten into it. Culture or control? The alphabet movement. Please go, Cronus, while other people get their hair done at the salon. If I had some red juice.
Hey, okay, so that movement is out to control the mission is to control, to add it to the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Now, okay, not to cut your wisdom, but somebody would say, well, gays have been around since the beginning of time, and quite frankly, they'd probably be right. So that there is a culture of gayness on planet Earth, right? But is it a culture or is it control? Because in today's world, it surely feel like motherfuckers is trying to make everybody gay. I promise you that. Now, even gay folks would know I ain't tripping. What? Did I say something wrong? Huh? So which is it, Chris? Is it culture? Because it has been going on. Even the Bible, the biblical stories talk about the goings on. You understand me? So it's been a culture for a minute, but is it control? Like, what's the control aspect? Is it no control? Are we just tripping?
No. What's going on is, you know what I mean, they're putting the control on it now to force people to, accept it. Not so much even like accept it. It's like the
not force, recruit. You want to say recruit?
Somebody used the word recruit.
it's the acknowledgement now. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, what was the joint they used to say before? Like they're here, they're clear, get used to it. You know what I mean? And more so now, it's like they kind of they beat you over the head with it so much to like wherever wherever you look, you pick up your newspaper, you see, you know what I mean? You turn on TV, you see, you know what I mean? You listen to some music, you see, you know what I mean? You go down the street, you see, you know what I mean? You know, it used to be,
What
a
does that
time where
mean? I
it
mean, so
was.
that sounds like a lot of culture. If it's in the streets, if it's on the TV, like what does that mean? Is the culture gay? I'm just gonna ask a straight up question. I'm gonna say I'm a god. I ain't playing with y'all out here. Is the culture now gay where it might have been hetero before? Is this a gay culture? Is that an offensive question? Am I offending someone by asking them, is this now a gay culture? Is this a gay culture now?
As I look at the news and see all the guys that's going to see Beyonce right now,
Oh.
I might say,
All
yeah,
the fellas, all the single fellas.
everybody on that joint look like they sweet as hell.
Wow.
That's like watching
I'm
all
like,
them jokers get on the floor doing the wobble. Not your
Wow.
yeah,
wobble
I'm like,
supreme. Not your wobble
yeah,
supreme.
the other
The other
wobble.
wobble.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking like, wow, is there any dude? I guess what? If you want to look for the gay man, he's at the link right now.
Okay, let me go to my good
And
friend
they
Hassan McCullough. Hassan,
tell
please,
him to sign. Tell him what it is.
as I had to hold you back earlier because you were trying to defend the movement, and I was just trying to set up the question before you went on the defense of the movement. Please now,
That's all fake.
what do you think when it comes to the culture?
That's fake too. Yeah. What culture? What do you say? Say that again, Don. I can hear it.
When it comes to the alphabet movement,
I'm not talking about that.
He talking about the church.
Let's go to the church. I don't care about that part.
what you mean? What you got things you can't talk about? You didn't tell me that on your itinerary today, sir. You didn't put that on.
Nigga, I want to talk about the church. I don't want to talk about.
Okay, well,
I don't want to talk about that. But if you want me to say, what do you want me to say about that?
No. I would. What do you want to say about the black church? Go ahead, Billy.
Black church culture or control?
The black church culture or control, like Preem just said.
I'm interested.
Do you understand Black Code of 1724?
Please explain it to us for those of us that don't know.
Okay.
The Black's Code.
Black's Code of 1724, when they they said if we get the melanated people or the indigenous people to believe in Jesus, that they'll always be slaves.
Wait a minute, hold up, stop. Let's. Well, see, because you get a section, it might be a section of your brain where she twisting right now that might got you messed up. Say that again one more time. Why she twisting your
if
wig?
we got the
Are you getting your wig twisted?
If we got the black people to believe in Jesus, they will always be slaves.
And you say that's the Black Code of 17.
That's on the Black Code. They pay the preachers money to get the black people to believe in Jesus. They paid them money. They've been paying them money to do this.
Oh,
that's what keeps them indoctrinated. It was a code to keep them indoctrinated, to keep them asleep. It's called a sleep spell.
Now let me ask you a question. Are you saying that people that attend lodges would know what you're talking about? People that attend lodges would know exactly what you're talking about.
They would know exactly what's going on.
Oh. Kenny, you've been real quiet. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what's going on with you today, Kenny, but you've been way more quiet than an Olmec normally is.
Know about that?
I'm listening.
No, don't do it.
He like me. He like I was with the other topic, bro. I was listening. Jack.
Right. No, Ken, come on, Kenny.
I'm here. What do you want to know?
Well, listen. First of all, your man Hassan says that this thing called the Black Code was taught to certain ministers that were melanated, and they taught their flock Christianity based on this black code. Have you ever heard of this? 1770 what? Hassan, what was that number again? Unmute, brother.
1724. Black code.
1724. You know anything about that?
You can look it up.
Two
It's there.
things.
Kenny, you was about 17 years old in 1724.
the other Kenny that was alive, his higher self.
The Olmec.
We gotta stop defining our lives through slavery.
Oh,
Before slavery, we had religion.
come on.
Before they brought us to United States.
That's not true.
We
did not have religion before slavery. That is definitely not motherfucking true.
Wait,
I thought we
where-
had Islam. I thought did we have Islam?
Hold on.
Those enslaved
Was Abraham?
This is true.
Was
This is true
Abraham?
before they had-
Isaac?
They wasn't Christian.
No.
They
Were all them boys? Were all them boys?
Everything, and gave us a box.
Not in.
No, you hear the sister, Kenny? The sister is banging on you, Kenny.
Yes, he is.
The
I didn't hear what
background
the
banging
sister
on you, my
I
niggas.
don't believe
What
shit
did the sister
anybody who
say?
told me I could not
No.
learn to read
Hold up,
and
listen.
change my name to theirs. I don't believe nothing they tell me. We all
First
fell
off,
for the
We're
OTW.
going to end the show right now. We're going to end the show. The
We
show's
use
over.
that Bible to keep us enslaved. Forgive.
Again,
Yo, what's her number? Hey, yo, where she live at, bro? Hey, yo, where she live at?
We
my nigga?
forgive you
She lives in.
for killing everybody in the church.
Hey, yo, where she live at, my niggas?
Why? You want to give her some flowers?
Hey,
Some
bro,
flowers?
hey, bro.
I don't
up?
see how she banging on me. What does that mean?
Kenny, if this was a breakdance contest, my nigga, she just windmill did like a triple axle,
Everybody got their
spin on her
opinion,
head,
Tom.
spin on her
But-
head, and
But
just stood
called
up.
opinionation, Dom.
Before there was United States or people or Mayflower or Anita the Pinta or whatever came over.
And
we-
the Santa
we
Maria.
had-
Don't we all remember the little stories? The Nina, the Pinta, and the
These
Santa.
are all.
Don't we all have
fake
the stories in our head?
Or all
They
And
were
that's what they taught us.
had religion then. So I don't let slavery start my history.
Well, of course not. Well, of course. I mean,
So before then we had religion. So what they perverted, we can't let them make it theirs. It was
somebody
given to
might
them.
suggest, Kenny, somebody might suggest that we had the study of the stars. We had astronomy. Our religion, which means what you do on a regular basis, that's what the word means. Our religion was the study of the stars, of astronomy, of the skies, of the heavens. That's why we understood the crux
That
of the
wasn't-
equinox, the precession of the equinox. That's why we understood the stars and how they aligned and whatnot. Like, that's what we studied. We didn't have, these deities came from something called personification. Please write it down, folk. Personification. And your man's what's his name? What's the boy from the Catholic, from the Vatican? Constantine. Your man's personified the sun in the sky, the Son of God, the Son of all things, and made it into a man. Now, these are historical facts that those that are willing to research can find, as well as you can read the Bible.
So
Or the Quran.
our history, the history of religion started with white people, huh? Is that what you're telling me?
That is clearly not what I just said. I said that the conversion of theology of the heavens, the conversion from the heavens to man, was by what you call white people. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the Vatican did that. And I'm saying that there were some black folks in the Vatican. I'm saying that this shit way more twisted than we really want to understand, and that a lot of us had to do with the twisting of it. Let's say that. A lot of us had to do that ain't around no more. We don't see them. They're not around no more. They got pushed out or dead now. A lot of us had to do with the twisting of it. And now we find ourselves here, and it looks like it was all them that did it. And they have a lot to do with it. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of us were in cohorts with them. Tell me I'm lying. A lot of us are in cohorts with them right now. Huh? Who in the military?
Again,
Who in the military? Somebody in the military? I'm just saying.
I think all y'all putting your opinions out there. And
Culture or control? That's all. We just wondering, culture or control.
which one? The military?
Well, I
You're
just
asking
threw
us
the
like
military
we
out
all
there.
over the place right now.
I threw the military out there to back up the fact that a lot of us are down with the state. I'm not all over the place, brother. I'm concise with their lives right now. So when you talk about melanated people being down with the system against melanated people, we're doing that right now, bro. I'm not all over the place. I'm right here, right now. Oh, yeah, I am. From slavery to now, bars. We got folk down with the system that look just like the Olmec. That's what I'm talking about. I'm being concise. No, I'm done. I'm listening.
Now I'm drinking the juice.
I ain't mad at that.
I can't sit here and explain it all to y'all. Listen, when you, that's why I said the words selective conformity.
Oh, yeah.
You will have things that you conform to that you didn't like or you don't like, that you're trying to make better. You know, this system that we live in. I don't see any of us, when you say you traveled the world, but you came back here to this system that was fucked up. When you were other
That's
places,
because I didn't have no more money to keep traveling. Don't play with me. I'll tell you why. Don't do that.
dog,
Don't
it's
do
more than
that.
just bread.
Don't do that, bro. Don't
It was
listen. I'll
more
tell
than
my
just
own
bread
story.
that made me
Hold
come
on.
back.
I'll tell my own story. I came back because the money stopped, my niggas. What you mean? Because if the money was, I wouldn't be here right now. What you talking about? Don't do that. Don't do
A
that.
lot of us say that.
Don't
A
do
lot
that.
of us say that. I mean, I can take the bread I have and pack up and roll, but I
Okay,
call
well,
this home.
good for you. Good for you. That's your story. We ain't talking about your story. We was talking about my story. And my story is that when the money ran out, I came back to this mofo. Like, let's not do that. Don't tell my story for me. That's why you're God and I'm God, bro, because you get to
I'm
tell
not
your
telling
own
your story
Godship.
for you,
And I tell my
But
own.
what I say is, you came back here.
I agree because the money ran out. This is what I know best. Yeah. But I tell you, in my travels, there's places I've been that I would have stayed. I promise you. What are you
That's
talking?
everybody.
What you
People
mean?
that
Okay,
clamor.
well,
to
I mean,
get
you're not
there.
making no point that I came back here because I love it. I came back here because the money ran out, dog. Don't do that. Like, that's why I came back. So don't tell my story for me. I came back because the money ran out. And I also have a movie coming out about a week from now that tells the story also. It's called Jack Herrera, the greatest band never heard. Please go check it out on something called superflakes.com. Coming up next week. Anyway, shameless plug. Hey, man.
Point B, we all could have left. I don't think we should define ourselves starting in 1700s. We have a lot of history long before that. We have a lot of
Of
culture,
course not.
religion.
I don't think that was the point of that, though. Like,
We have a lot of things that we've done.
He was making the point about Christianity, brother, though, about how Christianity got to become culture through control, is I think his point he was trying to make. It is culture in our community now. Of course, we know that Christianity, the black church, singing, all that singing, gospel songs, gospel industry, we know that's become culture. I think his point is that it was born out of control from 1724, the Black Code. I think that's what. So he wasn't saying that that's where our history started, but he's saying that that's where some level of control started.
I think some things started in a certain way or in a certain point, but at the same time, that same religion and Christianity that we have gave people the strength to say, you know what, I ain't going to sit there and bow down to you no more. So sometimes some things might start at one point and for one reason, and move to something bigger.
Well, I think Christianity definitely played
a lot of the
role.
That you have was started in those same black churches.
I think that Christianity definitely played a role in gathering and galvanizing and bringing people together. But if you're going to talk about the tenets of Christianity, let's be honest. Christianity means to bow down, bro. Christianity ain't no I stand up and no, you got a Lord. You bow down, bro. That's what that is. But the fellowship of Christianity brought people together and were able to have them make a movement because there was so many of them thinking in the same way. But the tenets of Christianity, let's not play games. It's not something where you're an independent boss bitch. No, you bow down. You have a Lord. You have someone to answer to. But Christianity brought people together in a fellowship way to try to break the chains. But really, I mean, have the chains been broken? Is that what we're doing? Like, so everybody's not slaves now? Everybody don't have a social security number as soon as they get here? Everybody ain't got to work for the most part? Where it was just black people 100 years ago, now it's everybody? Come on, man. What are we talking about?
I don't know what y'all talking about, because what it sounds to me like, we're a part of this, and none of us have stepped out to leave it. All of us at one point probably could have, and when we probably still could, but we ain't clamoring to get the fuck up out of here. So it sounds to me like we conforming to it. We trying to make the best of it. We fighting through it. We were mixed up in it, whether we were brought here or we're here, So now we're fighting to make the best of it. We're fighting to fight through it.
We've adapted.
We've adapted and changed, and we've trying to make it better. So we constantly, like I said, I don't think we should define ourselves starting with the
I think everybody agrees with that, bro. I think everybody agrees with that. I don't think that's what we were doing either, but I think everybody agrees with you that we know that we don't start in 1724. That wasn't the point, though. And I've iterated the point.
I don't think our religion started in 1724.
He's making a point that Christianity, the one that black folk know in this country, was given a battery in 1724. Now, I don't articulate what the man's talking about. So if you ain't quite jobbing with that, you can just research it and realize, something had happened in 1724 with this thing called the Black Code. What are they talking about? They had different black pastors talk about Christianity, And so listen, you can do the research for yourself. We're not here. Again, I ain't got no God for nobody to run to. I ain't got nobody for you to give your tithes to on Sunday. So you ain't got to worry about me. I ain't asking for you no money either. Like, I'm just telling you my opinion. Just one of 7 billion.
My opinion is their opinion.
Yeah, just one of 7 billion. But my opinion can be backed up typically with facts. That's the only thing I rest my hat on, is that if I say something, typically you can research it and find what I'm talking about. A lot of stuff, people, I don't know.
See, I always find it funny that we say we can back it up with facts, but basically what you're doing is you decided this person's word that was written, you'll take over that person's word. So really, is it facts, or is it really what you choose to?
I'm going to agree with you and say that. I'm going to agree with you and say that if there's a Svengali who calls himself the second coming and he's telling a flock of people what to do, versus a scientist that has done experiment that I can witness myself, I am going to take the word of the scientist over the Svengali. That's me.
I question the scientists at times, because
but if I can see the example, then I'm good.
They'll make up
the Svengali can only tell me. The Svengali can only tell me what he or she's witnessed. And then I got to use my imagination for what they told me. I can see the examples of the scientists. I can see that. I can do the scientific experiment on my own. I can do the scientific experiment on my own. See, the word don't want to get out, but I can do that experiment. The scientist does also on my own. What the Svengali sees in his or her mind, nah, dog. No, dog.
Having the scientists put out a theory, which is something
theories have to be proven, Kenny,
and then push to prove it.
And
a lot of times they don't.
They have to be proven.
A lot of times they don't step on each other's toes, so they'll tell you it's a black hole out there. They never seen one.
Listen. Until I see a black hole, it's a theory. But they have to be proven. Unlike religion,
they tell you it's one like it's a fact, though.
Unlike religion, my niggas. Don't do it. Come on, man. Listen, science
that much different.
Science is theory, and then you have to prove the theory. So once you prove it, meaning I can walk. Can you walk, Kenny? You can walk, right?
Don't always
that theory's been proven. You can walk. So you know you can walk now. You don't have to believe it. you can walk, and that's a science. Listen, babies learn to walk. We know that that's a thing. We don't have
But
to
that ain't a
believe it.
scientific thing. That's that could be your inert nature. That's a baby walking, coming out of the womb, knowing to suck titties because there's milk in there.
You
Is
can
that
talk,
science or
Kenny.
is that
You
his
ain't got to
nature?
talk. You ain't got to talk, but you can talk, Kenny. So we know
And
that
put that on
humans can
science?
talk. You
You
ain't
put
got to
that to
talk.
science? We differ in opinion. Some things I don't think is science. Some things I think is nature. But if you want to call it science, you go
Well, I
ahead and
mean, listen, we can change words up. We can, I mean, we can make our own language and then rearrange all the words in the universe. But nigga, like we can play this game. Look, I'll play with you. We can play. We can play games, my nigga. I play academic games. We could go blah, 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 and that's a new word for fuck shit. You understand
Exactly.
me? We can
Exactly.
so we can play academic games. I'm here for that. But at the end of the day, if we're going to use the language we were taught by the colonials, all right, that I've mastered, then we got a language we can go to and refer to for ideas. And so we can set to that and build upon that. And that's what science does. All right. And I can prove that an A is ah, because say something. I'm going to prove it's ah. Right, exactly. We've learned that. We use that. It's a working utensil. So it's not a fantasy. It's
Science,
not religion.
science comes up with theories, and then they try to find that theory. They can
What's wrong with that?
literally they tell you it's a black hole out there,
Course.
and now they keep looking for these black holes.
What's wrong with that? As long as you prove it, I don't have a problem with it. As long as you prove it.
Have they proven it?
Have they proven what, Kenny?
Like let's just go with the simple black hole. Have they proven it?
Brother, don't ask me about somebody else's experiments. I'll tell you what I know. I'll tell you what I know. I can walk upright as a motherfucking primate. I can speak intellectually. I'll tell you that. That's science.
Again,
because at the end of the day, there's other primates that don't do that like me. What you mean?
You coming out of the womb is nature. That ain't necessarily science. We way off topic.
Listen. Science to me is nature. Is what happens naturally in this environment that we're in and that we can see. That is the science and nature are the same thing to me, bro. You talking like,
but just to say that's like, science. Somebody could say that's God that started that. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, so somebody can say gobbledygook. We can say anything. Somebody, bro. That's the point.
I can say that's God that said, I'm going to make this being right here, the one that carries the baby to term.
And you'll be perfectly in your right to say that.
I'm going to make this being the one that connects his seed to her. So
the problem comes when I start to believe whatever you say. That's when the problem actually starts. You can say whatever you want to say. You can say whatever you want to say. I'm not going to stop whatever you're saying. But if I'm going to take what you say and not do actual research, that's the problem. Let me say it clearly again. If I'm going to take whatever you say or anybody says and not do the research, that is the problem from where I stand. It's not whatever you say. You can say whatever you want to say. I don't care what you believe, what you want to say it. The problem is if I take it into my cipher without vetting it, without researching it, that's the problem. That is
9 times out of 10, when you say you're researching it, what are you doing? Taking someone's word listen
to what you're doing. You telling me what I'm doing. You need to knock it off, bro. I told you I'm an academic. Don't tell me what I'm doing. What I do is I look for example. What I do is listen to my testimony. Don't try to give me testimony. What I do is I look for example. I look for example. You understand me? Don't tell me what I do. 9 times out of 10, what you do. You don't know what I do. You're your God. You don't tell me what I do. You don't know what I do. You're not with me. You're not walking with me. So you can't talk like that. That's the problem. Once again, you can't talk for me. I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it is.
But what I'll tell you is the science of what I see is 9 times out of 10. People take someone else's word.
But that's your studies, right? That's your studies, right?
That's my studies.
Right.
That's my studies. That's my science.
Right. I'm listening. I'm listening to your studies. Go ahead.
my studies is I don't think you should always take someone's word for it, or not so much you could take someone's word, but I can't take someone's word necessarily here and say that is wrong, and if I can't 100% prove it. So again, it comes down to this is what works for you, and this is what works for me. That's all I can do.
Respectfully.
No one's ever going to disagree with that. That's godly. That's the
That's
whole.
what it
That's
down
really
to.
what I just said about 17 seconds ago when I was telling you, how dare you try to tell me, what's that? Don't you do that? Because again, you're talking about your experience, and I respect that. But don't you try to bring your little dogma over here.
Again,
Respect that little fence. Don't you come
when-
over here.
when people
Don't
say
you do that.
don't bring your dogma over here,
I never
it's
put no
usually
dogma on
right
you. What
after
are you talking about? I
someone
don't
gave
have
you
no
their
dogma. I don't have any dogma. That's the problem. What you mean? Who is
After
my
someone
God,
gave
Kenny?
some
Who am I
dogma
trying to get you to
or
worship?
what they believe, and that's all what they believe. If that's what they believe, that's what they believe. But we put it out there. That's why it's opinion. All of it is their opinion.
Okay, but we weren't talking about beliefs necessarily in this moment. We were talking about control versus culture. Right now, but belief we could say is is that culture or control? Belief in general, is that culture or control? We can get into that, but that wasn't even the thing we brought up yet. That wasn't a Rubicon we crossed. We were talking about the black church and voting, and trying to wonder whether it's
And voting is all that we're gonna go with. It's the dog chasing his tail. It's gonna go around and around. You might not believe voting is good. The next man might believe you need to vote to rather than just let people run amok with everything. So it's again a dog chasing his tail, because I'm not going to change your mind. You're not going to change mine. I'm not going to try to change this other person's mind. That other person is not going to try to change mine.
Well, I am going to say that opinionation is for the kids. I don't care about your old mind. What you mean? You can get out of it. Well, what? Opinionation for the kids. I hope that some of these children can hear some of these words and be like, that crazy dude in the middle, yeah, he be making sense though. I like Kenny, but Kenny be saying some real, Kool-Aid stuff sometimes.
Sometimes, but sometimes my Kool-Aid is what might be best to drink.
I love you, nigga.
No.
Listen, let me ask this. Ty Birch, please unmute. As you cut hair, Birch, can you hear?
Here I am.
Is the entertainment industry culture or control? Like when you look at TV and the content on TV, is it cultural? Is it just kind of showing us who we are and what we're interested in? Or is it controlling our mind and pulling us into that low frequency? Which one is it, culture or control? The entertainment industry.
I always definitely thought it was control. They control what we wear. We jump on the hottest thing, that we see. I was just talking about the iPhone 15 Pro Max that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? Xbox and Sony, I think they all kind of pretty much did it with our TVs, being able to see the products that we have. We said no to it because of the Spygate, but I think they wound up doing it anyway. Our phones are controlled because they, Google hears what we say, but we give access to our microphone. You talk about a hair product, you talk about oil sheen, next thing you know, you go to Google, what's the first thing that pop up? Or you go to Facebook, what's the first thing that pop up?
Yeah.
So it's all control.
Wow. Primo.
Yo.
We done been in there and it came a game for a minute. Like, is it because we love music? I mean, I know you. I know we grew up in an environment where there was music. Our senses were tapped by music at least once a week, if not a couple times a week. So I know that personally, culturally, we grew up in music. I get that, right? But the music you hear on the radio, is that the music you grew up on? Is that the frequency? Like, is that control? Like, is that the music that you would want to play now? Like, talk to me. Is the music industry culture or control?
Industry is, like I said, business.
Wow.
Business is all about the control, the
Wow.
entertainment aspect, and the love. That's about the culture. Hip hop for me is the culture, but hip hop today, what the kids do, that's about control, because it's controlling these minds to go to
It's a
jail, get RICO, get killed. Get the frequency is low because the powers that be that control the money and distribute the money. And the 0.3 for Spotify, that's control. And we still trying to get our stuff on Spotify.
is the
That's
360 deal control? It's a 360 deal, meaning
100%.
they get a piece of everything. Is that control? Or am I just tripping?
100%. 100%. Because when the man say, look, man, I'm an artist today, I feel like taking off. Somebody that's in the 360 deal with you, that partner with you, be like, no, you ain't taking off today. You got a concert.
Nowhere.
You're not going nowhere, and you're gonna sell these T-shirts because I get a cut of that. And when
I
you
get a
your
cut of
acting
that.
job, when you get your acting job, I'm gonna get a cut of that. So no, you can't stop. We gonna like how they say you will work a slave till he die. That's what you do in a 360 deal. You work a slave till he die, and you tell him what to do, how to do, and you
Whoa.
tell him every which way not to be a boss.
Whoa.
And we learned the hard way, which we thought was the independent route. No, the independent route and how you do it, how you make your films, how I make my music is how we want to do it. Because we the bosses and we are outside of the aspect of the control. But to some point, you got to do business. And once that business get done, you're going to lose a little bit of control. But the more you own, the less control you got to give up.
Yeah.
The better off. You got
that
more
controlling percentage.
options.
That controlling percentage.
You got options. You got
the
negotiation power.
Hey man, is the TV shows, is that culture? Like, is that just what we want to see? Like, you know, on the nightly news every night, we just see black images of people, you know, being done badly and doing bad, or is that control to kind of have our minds put in a certain trauma? Like, which one is it? Is what we see in entertainment and on TV and on the internet, is that culture the way it is, or is it control in some type of way? What do you think?
It's control disguised as culture.
See, that's a good one. That one right there, hey, Sister Hair Lady, she rocked up. Control disguised as culture. Yeah, keep going, bro. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? You know, let's see, like, you know, I would say it's a scare tactic, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it definitely, you know, like it has some people say, you know, I don't want to see it, so I'm gonna block it out and watch this, or I'm so terrified of what I'm seeing that's going on in the world, I just need to, you know, look at something just to dumb it down and see, you know what I mean, just to see something else, just to escape from it.
Escape.
Escape
is a bad spell.
And then in the same frame, you know what I'm saying, the control is, you know, the industries and stuff, you know, they tell you, hey, you know, this is what you supposed to be, you know what I mean? You're nothing but a nigga in their eyes, but it's glorified, you know what I mean? You know, you gotta kill your brother, you know what I mean? You gotta rape your women, you gotta disrespect your women, this, that, and the third. So, you know, as that's part of the culture, but it's control, because now
what type of control is it? Is it a mind control, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's mind control. What's CeeLo say? What's CeeLo say on that Goody Mob joint? Cell therapy. You know what I'm saying? Where he was talking about, you know, he lived in a gated community, and he said, you know, I wonder if the community was to keep people out, or to keep us in.
Keep me in.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like they call a project because it's a project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know.
And then listen, hold up. On that same vein, they call a television program because it's a program.
And they tell lies visually. So
Right.
you know what I mean?
Like the
Tell
words have
obvious.
meaning. That's what I was trying to say. The words have meaning. When you say you voting in an election, that's like saying I'm playing football on a basketball court. I promise you. You don't think of it like that because you're so used to them talking about let's go to vote. Brothers and sisters, you're voting in an election. It is as simple and as diabolic as that. I'm telling you. The words have meaning. You're not electing, but you're not even fighting that cause because you're happy to vote. But whatever.
I heard they already got the first 5. They got the next 5 presidents already picked out.
Well,
But of
here's
course.
the thing. Here's the thing that kind of tripped me up about voting. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if this is off topic or anything, but like don't cut my wisdom when I say this.
Oh no, we good on this. We good on off topic. Go ahead.
I was watching Roots, Roots the Next Generation. So not the first part, not the first part with Kunta Kinte and them. We talking about the second part with Chicken George's son Tom Harvey and everything.
Okay. Yeah.
When you actually started to see, when slavery was over, and you started to see like cities get built and stuff like that. They had this one joint where Tom Harvey was going to vote, and you know what I mean, like white people was like I forgot what my man Weed Juice called him. What you call him, the Yakub or something like that?
Yakub.
Whoever that was, you know what I'm saying? They was like, yo, what you doing here? He was like, I came to vote. And it's like, all right, well, you got to be able to read and you got to be able to write. And my man said, this was Tom Harvey. He said, I can read, I can write. So he said, all right, cool. Read this letter right here. Read this sentence. And, my man put on his glasses and he read the sentence. And he said, all right, now tell me what it means. And he couldn't tell him.
Yeah.
And that joint, and then that, right after that, turned him away. And you know what I mean? So, hey.
It's one thing to be able to read. It's another thing to know what you're talking about.
They wanted to keep us from voting for a reason. I swear to God.
Well, what's so deep to me, Supreme, is that the game is so
That's
deep.
definitely controlled.
When you talk about game, like, some of us have had a little game in our lives. When you talk about game, if you understand that the Electoral College means that literally the votes of the public don't count. If you just accept that because that's the facts, the game of having folk fight to want to vote is so gangster. Woo! Like, I don't know if nobody understands what I'm talking about right now. If you can get folks to fight for something that they ain't even real, oh my God. Bro, see, and those of us with a little game can see big game. We can see game. We can see, I'm sorry, like some of us can see, some of us run game and can see game. And the Electoral College is the type of game that if you can see it, you understand that anything underneath it is like, wow, they clamoring to do it when doing it literally because of their rules don't mean nothing. Now, again, I didn't make it that way. Don't get mad at me. Go research the Electoral College. Whatever. Hey, check it out, man. Hey, good breakdown, Cronus. Good salute. We didn't break your wisdom. We let you land.
Yeah.
And it was a good iteration and addition to the conversation. PTT, sit back, man.
Dom, one thing now that you let us know that the fact that we have been lied to about voting, just imagine how many other things they have lied to about history.
Well, listen, the truth about voting is right there. The rules are there. People don't even want to accept that it literally says what it says. Like, I didn't write it. I didn't write the rules. I learned about the rules in 7th grade in 1982. And I learned then that I wouldn't be voting because what am I doing that for? If these people I don't know, I didn't vote for, they're appointed, by the way. The electors are appointed. Please Google and research anything I'm saying. The electors are
Right.
appointed by either the Republican or Democratic Party. Now, what if I'm not Republican or Democrat? What if I'm not neither one of those? But these people are the electors, and they can vote whatever way they like by law. It's law. They don't have to vote. That's why Trump got elected, and that's why Bush II got elected, because the popular vote went to Hillary Clinton, remember?
Sure
The
did.
popular vote went to Gore, remember? But the Electoral College, people that you don't know and you didn't vote for, wish for, they elected they elected Trump, and they elected Bush II.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not lying about this. This is history and facts. It's a matter of whether we want to look at it and deal with it, man. That's what it really is. And that's the thing. When you don't have God within and your God's without, then you could blame shit on the devil. Oh, well, the devil's making the Electoral College do that. But when you, God, and the devil, nah, you got it. The buck stops here. So I don't participate because that's fuckery. Why would I participate in something that I read the rules to? And because I have comprehension skills, that's what they used to call it back in the day. Because I have those, I realized, that means that the popular vote doesn't count. Now, anybody can say anything, but the rules are what they are. Somebody once says it is what it is. Somebody really good said that. I promise you, that person was really good that said that. Okay. Listen, I had one more, but I think I'm exhausting the panel this evening. Niggas just like, yo, this is some bullshit. Culture or control. What the fuck? Fuck this. You know what I'm talking about? I was going to go black and white with it. I think I'm going to let it alone. I was going to ask is black culture, is white culture, or is these crayon culture? I was going to do, you know what? I'm going to leave it alone, man. Because, you know what I mean? Like, I'll save it for another day, man. Damn.
To be continued.
To be continued. We will do it. We will have another game, another installation of culture or control. It's a game show we play. I'm gonna get some bells and whistles, whatnot, and we'll play that game every few weeks. Culture or control. You understand me? But I'm gonna leave it alone now because you'll see this one riled up some feathers. Kenny quiet. Olmec ain't never quiet. What's going on? See, Kenny gonna call me tomorrow. Hey man,
I've been listening to y'all.
Kenny's gonna call me tomorrow. Hey man, I don't know that topic. That was some bullshit. Yeah.
Not really. Everybody got an opinion.
Yeah, basically.
Doesn't make your opinion wrong, but make your opinion right.
Listen, they're all respected. I don't want nobody to get it confused. I respect all my gods up here, all their opinions, and we're just here tweaking. We're fellowshipping, and we're rubbing our swords, pause, to sharpen them. That is what we do. You understand me? Hey, don't do that, Chris. You ain't got no red juice, clearly. Let's go around the room. Chris, tell them where they can find you being controlled by culture. Opinions. Being controlled by culture.
Catch me at your
You can catch me on a railway. I've been wanting to say that for weeks.
Don't do it. Don't do it no more.
All right.
Catch me at LA Fitness controlling the weights.
No.
Yeah, bench
1814 style. Okay.
Yeah, man. Let's see here. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at Chronisthill, KRONISTHEILL. Getting busy on them.
Say word. Kendo Mickens, the Olmec. Can you please talk to those that love your opinion, side with your opinion? Tell them where they can find you.
You can always find me at Hindu_Kenny L on Instagram. And also find on the holodeck sipping mango madness.
The hollow.
He's talking about the earth.
Sipping,
Okay.
Hello. Are you talking about the
sipping,
hollow earth?
sipping mango
Hassan
madness.
said you talking about the hollow earth.
You talking about the holiday?
Find me in Bermuda. I won't be on here next week because I'll be on the island and I ain't going front.
Triangle.
I
Hey,
ain't going front. When I'm on vacay
You
and the
should
drink
stay on vacation.
flowing, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to log on.
I'm not mad at you. I just hope you don't get lost in that triangle in Bermuda.
When you
Hey,
on vacay, your opinion just don't matter. You know what I'm
Oh, wow.
listen,
saying?
when you get enough rum drinks in you, my opinion might not be
What
clear.
matter?
You know what I'm saying? Catch
That's what's
Kenny
up.
on the grill, yo. I be
Yeah.
seeing them pictures, yo. Them
Did you
joints-
see
Oh, yeah.
that pic?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, you see what a grill master do?
I ain't mad at it.
Gee.
I ain't mad at it.
Let me say this one thing: grill is grill, and real grill is grill for real.
Mm.
Huh?
Yeah. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that again. Don't do that.
There you go.
Listen,
We ain't grilling no weed juice over here, cuz we grilling.
Wow. Primo, man. Tell them where they can find you, bro.
Yo, catch me on Instagram, Supreme DR, SUPREEMDR. And if you're in Philly, July 20th, which is I guess next Thursday,
Yeah.
I'll be at the fire. Be at the fire on 4th of Gerard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tearing it
Stomping
down.
ground.
Hassan McCullough, Mr. That Ain't True, TTT, We Live, We Love, We Juice.
What up, Dom? What's up, guys? I had
What's
something
up,
to
brother?
say, but I forgot. I forgot what I was going to say.
That's funny. I mean,
Oh, when you said everybody has an opinion, everybody does have an opinion. But we all know that we have been taught by the powers that be how to think.
uh-oh. Wait a minute, Hassan.
You know,
Wait a minute. Say that
what's up?
again clearly. Just say that again.
We have been taught by the powers that be how to think
Oh.
in every aspect. And
Can anyone
we
say
all know
anyone's lying? Is he lying? Or I mean, is he lying?
every
Yo.
aspect how to think. And we say that by their thinking, does that empower us as indigenous people in every form of fashion? The way that we think or we taught to think, does that empower me? So if you can answer that question, but then you still can continue to believe what you believe, you have a choice. You 100%. But then we have to get to the point is maybe I need to unlearn what I have learned. Because there's a trick in this matrix. How they've been lying to us about history all day long. If they have pyramids and helicopters and airplanes on the pyramids, would you think those things existed in that time? If they have all that stuff,
and light
then they
bulbs.
try to act like they didn't invent it till years later. Then you're like, wait, why would they have it on the pyramids? Then all of a sudden they invented it later. They made this history for us to be entrapped into bullshit. And really, truly bullshit.
So you're saying history is control. His story
It's been controlled.
It's
control. It's one of the biggest controls because that puts you in a state of believing all this stuff. Because
it puts you in a spell.
And
it
then you can
entrances
never.
Because wait, none of us ever met the real Kunta Kinte, right? None of us ever met. Like we weren't around, but we heard this story from a fictional TV show called Roots. That wasn't real, actually. You come to find out now that wasn't a real thing. Like he made that up. So our images of slavery came from a TV show.
What my man said.
Every aspect of it.
The realest thing they said in Friday with Money Mike. He said you can lead a horse to water, player, but you can't make a think.
Bong bong. And on that note, yo, TTT, tell them where they can. Oh, go ahead, finish TT. I'm sorry.
No, well, we all good. You know, we have to always unlearn what we have learned. There's something in the water that ain't right, and we're being controlled by the powers that be and stuff.
That's
And
a bar. There's something in the water that ain't right. That's a bar, yo. That's crazy.
as you go down this rabbit hole and you hear about history, and you know, even to the fact when I say that we ain't from Africa and stuff, and you're like, wait a minute. And then once you realize that they had the black nobilities in Europe that ruled everything for a long time, and then you realize that they worship to a black Jesus and the black Madonna and stuff, then you're like, wait a minute. I thought these white people have been in control
Yeah,
this whole time.
up comes
Then
down
that's
real quick.
when you said
I
something stinks. What? What'd you say?
No, I get it. Up it comes down real quick. You just
Something stinks out there.
Yeah.
Something stinks out there, and they've been lying to us. But anyway, WeJuice.com. Get your We Juice. We live, we love, we juice. We got healthy juices. It's about getting that electric energy, because everything's about having electric food, and fruit and vegetables are always electric. You know, it helps grow your hair, by the way. Helps grow your hair. Thank you. Don't do that. Okay.
No, you being disrespectful. First of all,
my hair don't do nothing.
See what I'm saying, Preem? You outnumbered, brother. You outnumbered, Hassan. I think you got to check yourself, bro.
I just ate a bowl of pineapples.
Understand where you at, Hassan. You understand me?
I understand where I'm at.
Hey, let me just say this. Let me say this. Hold on. I want to let you finish, but let me say this. That young lady is welcome on the Opinionation panel.
Oh,
anytime.
Maybe I should have her on it. And hey, she's a lesbian too. That's why I didn't want to go there.
He said she's a lesbian.
No, I ain't doing that. I wasn't doing that. That's why I said pass on that, nigga.
She's gonna pull your hair out.
Pass. I pass. Sorry.
She been
bitch ass nigga. If you want to call me a bitch ass nigga, I'm cool.
Oh yeah.
He said, "I be that. I got my hair done. I be that."
Nigga, first of all, you know I'm joking. You know my man is shit. First of all, don't even trip. How you tripping? But second of all, I'm gonna just leave that alone. Okay, cool. Another thing listen. I do want to say she's invited on the panel because I heard her point of view on some stuff, and hey, hold on. So I will be asking you to send her a link every now and then. I'm dead serious.
Hey, she also said something about the gay stuff too. Okay. But this is what she said. So because I asked what she said, son, you know I'm not religious. I'm like, oh, you are gay. And she's like, don't tell them. I said I wasn't gonna tell them that anyway, but I'm like, wait a minute, what does gay got to do with religion when gay dudes in religion like it's no tomorrow? But
that's a whole other.
But hold on. So if the gay dudes are accepted, but the women are not accepted in the religion?
Yo, you are starting a whole new show, my niggas. You talking about gay men in the church, nigga? That's a whole it's not gay no more because the church is gay. Like, what do you want me to say? I ain't make it that way.
But it is. But they don't allow the women to be gay. What's up?
Yo,
come on.
On that note, to all people of all the different kinds of sectors of the world, whether you're up, down, high, or low, whatever you are, you understand me? You have a place here. We welcome all opinions, even the Olmecs opinion today that tried to tell me what my opinion is supposed to be. Craziness.
What your opinion is? We ain't gonna chase the tail. We ain't gonna be a dog chasing his tail because it's gonna keep saying the same thing.
Oh, okay. See, so they say there it is.
Because I'm hearing a lot of circular opinions. I'm hearing.
I hear you saying that a lot.
Moors are in charge, but
I hear
then
you saying that a lot.
Hold on. I'm hearing the Moors are in charge. And they started all this, but white people gave us everything. Isn't that kind of contradicting?
Yeah, Hassan, I think he's referring to your.
I didn't say that. I never said white people gave us anything. I never said white people gave us it. I said the Moors are the one who's controlled. They still in control. They're draconian. So the Moors. So listen, the Moors are the people that look like us. That's not us. The Moors are against the Native American, the indigenous Americans. That's who they were fighting over America with. The Moors and the indigenous America was fighting over America. in America.
Juice,
So if
everyone.
Moors are in control, they the ones that
Everyone.
mistaught us then, right?
Have a sip of red
She
juice.
said,
If the Moors are in control, they're the ones.
Oh yeah.
They're the ones that mistaught us, right?
yes, they're the ones that. That's
Oh,
where
yeah.
all the yes, they're the ones that mistaught us. They're the ones that control. The, you know,
Now that is
really they're the Moors. They in,
Listen, man.
they're in
See,
control.
see, Kenny, see what you did, Kenny? You see? You
Start a new show.
told you.
Oh,
I
you
listened.
that wasn't
I listened.
that wasn't circular. That's
Some of the stuff don't add up. Here's what I try to tell you. Some of the math.
Let's
don't
not
be
talk
added.
about things that don't add up, Kenny. Let's not do that. That women having babies.
Well, let's hear what he say.
That's kind of not adding up either. Let's not do
What
that.
happened? Women having babies.
Women having babies without the help of sperm and penises and having supernatural babies, that don't really add up either. So let's.
But you can look it
Hold
up.
on,
It's
hold
a
on.
part
How
of
many
Genesis.
women-
Just look it up.
In Christianity, that is the belief. That's not women. That's a woman. It's the
By
same.
faith.
No. There are
How much
7
different
virgin
that-
births, Kenny. If you didn't
How much
realize, there are
different
7
that is-
virgin births.
Listen to this,
Say that
Kenny.
again?
Check this out. Check this out, Kenny. Go ahead, Hassan.
By
There are
faith.
7 virgin
Not
births,
by
not
sight.
just one. Not just one, 7. Okay?
7.
Just the
Yeah, brother. The
7.
story's not new.
7.
This is what I'm
The
saying about
story's not
research.
new.
The story of Jesus and Mary is not new, brother. Like,
I'm not
that's
saying-
the thing. Once you do the research, you're like,
Getting
yo,
it
this
wrong. What
is a play
on.
that's
What
been
I
going
said
on for
is-
centuries.
again,
Go ahead.
again,
But we walk by
it comes
faith.
down to it.
Knock it off.
It comes down to it.
Primo.
We're going to take.
Primo. Hey, Preem.
We're going to take
That's
one.
right.
We're going to
Hey,
take.
yo, Preem. Hey, Preem. See?
Dom, stop interrupting, Dom.
I'm
Kenny
sorry.
was trying to have a soliloquy.
I'm sorry. It was Primo. Primo's down there rocking on the back of his chair in the back of the class and trying to get me to mess with him. Go ahead. My bad.
What I said is we all take from one book or another and count it as what we believe. You can't prove one thing over another. So what you believe is what you're going to believe, what I'm going to believe, what I'm going to believe. So you can't tell me, because you wasn't there, you're going to tell me this is what I read. This is what
Hassan,
someone
look at the
told
screen.
me.
Hassan, look at the screen.
I'm looking at the screen. The Kabbalion, yes, I understand.
Oh.
Where'd you get that? Did you write that?
He said, "Did you write it?" He said, "Did you write it?"
You didn't. So you're going to read it and you're going to either believe it or not believe it.
Listen, I'm not opposing what you're saying. I guess what I'm doing is I'm pulling ancient knowledge. Yes, that is something that I didn't write, but it's so motherfucking ill. Like the shit this shit say is so metaphysics. It's like calisthenics on the mental for some. My cipher's hard to understand, so I'll be gentle. I feed you like the lentil, organic, like my pencil writing shit you need to know for the tour. When I come through, I make sure your hair be nodding, your lady's temperature rising while she's screaming.
Hey, Dom, you've been on a lot of goddamn soliloquies today. Today, you've been interrupting.
Wisdom. You cutting
Kenny.
wisdom of a Jedi. You shouldn't
Somebody
do that.
get that motherfucker some
Yeah,
weed.
but that's okay.
Red.
It's all right.
Wait.
You're
Before you
all
go,
day.
Somebody got the gist of what I just did. Somebody felt me.
I did.
Somebody.
Hey, but you know what? Listen, you are right when it says we believe certain things. I get it. But when you believe in something that doesn't really empower you, believing in yourself as a God really empowers you. Believing that you have vibration really empowers you.
Here's the thing.
But and it's
Go ahead.
from you, it's not from somebody else. And it's the truth. I get it. But when you have to believe in something that's outside of you, really, that's when things change. And it's 100%, it's real. If it's outside of you, you believe in it, then that's something that's totally different. Because as we know, Christianity
He just went into slow motion.
Look at God.
He just went into slow motion.
Shut up.
Just don't you at the whole, because you got to look at the whole 25%. I get it.
Hold on. You know we ain't hear none of what you said.
Yeah, we ain't.
Went
Oh,
right
we-
in the
we-
slow
you
motion.
didn't?
They say
Yeah,
like,
you went back into the matrix.
Oh,
The
man, my phone.
Yakub got to you, cuz.
Yakub snatched the
You funny.
Yeah, like you talking
So-
about
30 seconds early. Go ahead.
So when we talk about we believe different things,
We
yes,
do.
I get that 125%. But one thing is knowing that you're a God, you're empowering yourself from the inside. You're not empowering yourself from the outside through someone else.
Well, again,
That is
like,
the major difference with all the stuff, is the fact that we're empowered through our chakras. We're empowering ourselves and knowing that you're God. We're not believing in something outside of you, because if you believe in something outside of you, then that has all the power.
you'll never
You
hear
don't
me.
really have
I
the power.
don't never big myself up by saying I'm God. I never do that. Me and Dom had this talk this week,
That
and one of the
Go ahead,
things I
go ahead.
told him is where I put my idea of God is above what a man is. I don't. My level of God is definitely above what we
Hey,
can do.
Cronus. Hey, Cronus. God, culture or control? God, culture or control?
control.
You gotta
There?
unmute. You gotta unmute. Unmute yourself.
Oh, my bad. All right, is God culture or control?
Just a question.
God is culture.
Okay. But God is in control of all things, no doubt, right? We say that. We say, right? God is in control of all.
Mm-hmm.
So God would have to be controlled too. I would say God is all, both obviously. If God is in control of all, God is culture and control. I just wanted to throw that out there because Kenny was talking about, the God and what God is,
Well, let me ask y'all this: because I hear dudes throw out "you God, we God." Is there different levels to like God when y'all say that?
Well, I would like to answer because I know that Hassan has a particular nuanced answer that I'm actually getting, interested in and listening to myself. But for me, God is all. Like, forget the word God. I like the word ALL because you can't get away from ALL. ALL ain't really personal either. You know what I mean? You have a personal God, you have a personal savior. ALL is your God and your God too. You understand me? Like whatever God y'all got, ALL, all is all of them. So I like to deal with all because for me, God is all things. God ain't all good. God ain't all bad. God is all of that and a bag of chips. You understand me? God is insects. God is me. God is whatever's happened 3 trillion light years away that is nebula. God is all things to me. Now, what's funny is that's why I say Supreme is God, that Cronus is God, that Kendo is God, that Hassan is God, because they are part and parcel of the all. They are included in the all. How can they not be a part of God if they're in eternity with me? That literally makes no sense. And I'm not going off of what I've learned. I'm going off of my experience at this moment. I'm going off of my fellowship and my travel as a God within God. You understand me? Everything I'm saying is the opposite, the 180 of what
I thought around.
hold on, I'm almost done. Everything I'm saying is a 180 from what I was taught as a child. Nothing I'm saying is what I was taught by my family as a child. I had to go off and learn to be and appreciate God. That's what I had to do. And it's not dogma, it just is what it is. And I done told you, somebody interesting said that. Wonder who that was. Go ahead, Kenny.
Again,
The DJ.
I like I said, I don't choose to call myself God. I don't.
And no one's.
But
no
hold
one's
on,
better than you.
hold on, because I know Dom about to go on a soliloquy.
No one wants you to call yourself
Hold
God
on,
if you don't want to call
hold on,
yourself
Mr.
God.
Soliloquy.
Let's just know that. We're not
Like we call my man Hassan, that's not true. We're gonna start calling you Mr. Soliloquy.
Yes. Yes.
Hold on, Mr. Soliloquy.
Yes. I like it.
Let me say it like this.
Be careful,
Even
because
though I don't call
one can come
myself
in and
God,
be careful.
hold on. Even though I never call myself God, I don't think of myself as any less than any other man. So when I say I don't call myself God, I don't need to big myself up at that. But at the same time, I don't think of myself as any less. So I don't need to call myself God, or
And
I
that's
don't call
we
men
understand.
God.
We don't want you to call yourself. I don't want you to call yourself. Let me speak for myself. I don't want you to call yourself anything that you don't understand yourself to be, brother. When I say to you though that you're God, God is small too, my nigga. If you talking about bigging up ourselves, God is big down too. God is minuscule. God is microscopic, my nigga. What you talking about? God is all things. So it's okay. God is not knowing too. God is also not knowing, because that's a part of all things. So you not knowing is a part of God. Hallelujah.
And I don't know. See, that's the thing. What you choose, again, what I choose to believe and what you choose to believe is two different things.
And that's God.
And it works for us.
And that's God. And that's great. That's great, because that's God.
So I don't sit there and call another man God. I don't call myself God.
And that's fine, because that's God too.
I need my God
I
need my God to be able to have a little more knowledge than the average person can have.
Well, I mean, listen, I understand that you have a concept. And
wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Wait a minute. I like that you said that. Because there's people followed in religion that was illiterate, but they still followed them in religion, in the name of religion. They couldn't read or write, but they still followed them. And you just made a statement that you would not do that. Somebody smarter than you.
Uh-oh.
It's not that. See, you're thinking like what you can learn here and there.
I'm talking about God, if you're illiterate, you wouldn't follow it. If you wouldn't follow a dude that was illiterate,
right? There's a whole religion based on a dude that was illiterate, and you're saying you wouldn't follow somebody like that. But there's millions of people.
And he gave them tenets. I got that. Again, I'm not going to knock their belief. I'm not going to knock their belief. That's that. What when you say he was illiterate and things like that, what makes someone have illiterate to be able to read this or that? Like you got, and this is way simpler. You got truck drivers that can drive from here to the other side of the world and not read or write a sign, not be able to read a sign. But they know how to follow certain things. You have people navigate from one side.
Are you really serious on that, man? They got people that drive and can't read signs and shit, and they still don't get to their destination. Are you serious with that? Come on, man, knock it off, man. Knock it off, Kenny. Knock it off.
Come on, dog. You telling me they're not people that know how to read, but that know road signs and
hopefully
no road
between, bro. Hopefully that example they're few and far between.
One of the ways
that would be disastrous. I mean,
one of the ways, like say, when I go down south, I'm hitting 95. I see this Marlboro man. I know I'm about to come up to 85. You got truck drivers that do just the same.
Are you saying that you're one of those illiterates that drive around the country not knowing? Okay.
You know how you like to say you got a mastery of this English language?
Kenny, I'm joking.
I feel I got a double mastery in that.
Of course, Kenny. Listen,
my wordsmanship is with the best of them. So
we are going to conclude.
I know my arithmetic.
This episode of Opinionation, because we have said that we're going to come back to another game of culture versus control. Culture or control. We will get back into it, because clearly this game galvanizes the crew. Boy, we got some feathers rocking today. I love it. The old man is out. What?
I'm in vacation mode, but I'm like I said, I was listening, but I don't agree with everybody's opinion.
Next week, the Olmec will be in the Bermuda Triangle, so we may miss him, but he'll be back a couple.
We'll miss him.
And until then, We shall
Somebody
see.
got to bring this thing back.
Again, this man can see. We will see you again. Hey, Hassan, tell him peace.
We were way
Remo,
off the
tell him
rails
peace.
this week.
Bro,
I don't even know what the topic was this week. We were way off the rails.
Peace and booty grease.